the only one at the Water Museum and Aqueduct, and seemingly this morning I'm the only one on the train to Sintra. So I'm off the bus. I've walked about 10 minutes into the historic centre of Sintra, which is a small Portuguese town in the Sintra Mountains, and this is commonly known as a sort of playground for the rich in historic days. There's many palaces and large extravagant residential buildings with parks and gardens here that I'm going to take a look around. There's also a Moorish castle high up on the hill, which is close to the palace. I'm going to visit them later, but right now I'm going to head to the first stop of the day. So I've just made it inside a stately manor type of place. It's a huge house with grounds. It's got a miniature palace here. It's got chapels, defence fortifications, and it's got incredible large gardens. It was a property that was passed across the rich and the wealthy from about the 1800s here in Sintra. Each person that's owned it has kind of put their own slant on it. The whole garden is built on a huge slope, so I think I'm pretty much towards the top now. There's a grotto here, so I'm going to head inside and see what's in here. Oh, that's it. That's not all that spectacular. It's just a little clearing in a cave. But there is one of the big sights to see here is the well. So I'm going to go and have a look for that now, see if I can find it before it gets too busy. So this is the well. I'm right at the top now, looking down. The estate's chapel. So I've been here now about an hour and a quarter, and I've only seen about 10% of it. It is huge. It's like a labyrinth of gardens and so many things you can go and see. Behind me now is the palace.
I know someday we could finally be. I know someday we could finally be.
Left Quinta da Regaleira, and I'm heading back into the historic centre. The tourists have turned up, I'll tell you. This was really quiet earlier, but it's really busy now. So this morning when I got here, I stopped for breakfast in a little cafe. It was really quiet. It seems the tourists really have turned up because it's absolutely packed now. There's the palace again. Braved the bus journey up those windy lanes and I've arrived at the Moorish castle. This is a castle built in the 10th century by the Moors, who were the occupiers at the time of the Iberian Peninsula. The amazing thing about this castle is that it is still in a really good shape today. So some of it is ruins, but some of the castle is actually still standing. It was built here because it was the perfect location to watch over the Atlantic Ocean, but also an outpost to guard Lisbon city. This is a vaulted reservoir which has capacity for 600 cubic meters of water. It's made from stone and granite in the 13th century, and the granite has markings which indicate that it was used somewhere before as well. So it was reused to create this reservoir. So I'm just climbing. I think we're inside the castle now. Trying to just aim towards the top so I can take in a view of the whole thing before deciding where to go next. There's Sintra down there. There's the palace, which is where I caught the bus from. Look over a little bit further here. That's the palace and gardens that I looked around this morning. What an incredible view. That's the Atlantic coastline over there. Behind me, nearly at the top now, and some of these views are just spectacular. Looking back across the other side of the castle, which is where I was a few minutes ago. Well, definitely worth coming up here. I'm going to hopefully get a bit of lunch at the cafeteria, and then I'm going to take a 20-25 minute hike up to the palace. So I've left the castle, I've walked further up the hill by 20-25 minutes, and I've arrived at the Pena Palace, which is this palace built for the Portuguese royal family. It's quite a spectacular place, especially with the sun shining on it. So during the revolution, the Portuguese revolution, the Queen of Portugal back then, Queen Amelia I think her name was, spent her last night in Portugal at this palace. Okay, so this was the Queen's Terrace. Nice private balcony. it was actually a monastery, and it was transformed into a palace sometime over the last 100 or 200 years.
We will make our own way. Yeah.
So it's about 4 o'clock. I've finished at the palace. It was a pretty spectacular place inside, as you probably saw from the video. Got to make a decision now, so either I'm going to go and get myself a cup of coffee and relax for the last hour, or I'm going to hike up towards one of the highest points, if not the highest points, in the Sintra mountains, a place called Cruz, Alta. Not sure what to do. Wow, I'm trying to get to the top so that I can catch the palace lit in the sun. It's really steep. I've gone down and then up again. Wow, I think I'm nearly there.